Okay, so for this next part of the video, I'm going to show you how to use the move tool. The move tool and layers. And then move tool versus hand tool is first. So let's say you are designing and then you have the move tool we talked about already, command 0, so I can see my full command minus. So the move tool is for moving shapes around to different places, moving different objects. And then the hand tool is, for example, when you're like super zoomed in like this, right? Okay, let me just zoom in. So command plus, 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 plus. And I'm super zoomed in so I can get all these extra details. Like I'm trying to really get to this corner. Now you can slide this over and slide this up like this. Or you can just use the hand tool, which is right here. Click and hold this corner right here and you will have the hand tool. And then you'll be able to move the canvas around to get to where you want to see the canvas itself, but you're not moving any of the shapes. So that's the difference between the hand tool and the move tool. Because if I go to the move tool and I try to move this, see the shape get moved. But I didn't want to move the shape. I just actually wanted to move the canvas, click the hand tool, so that I am able to see the canvas move. And I can line this corner up right here, this blue corner with this black corner right here. So let's say if you want to do that, and then you go back to the move tool, and then you click and drag, and then you put it like right there in the corner. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's the difference between the hand tool and the move tool. And here's a shortcut for those of you who don't want to have to click the hand tool. Click spacebar, hold down spacebar, and then click and drag. See how it went from the move tool to the hand tool icon. Okay. So click spacebar, hold spacebar down, and then click and drag it around like this. All right. So we talked about that. Now we are going to go and talk about layer orders and stacking orders priority. So I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but I want to go ahead and drive home the point. Let's say if I have multiple shapes, so command 0, and I want this back over here, and I want to put text, click on the text tool, horizontal text. I'm going to click on the outside right here, and I'll type in Mr. Hang. I'll just type in hello, all right, with exclamation points because I'm that happy today. Change the color to like, let's say yellow, and then I'll move it over here, put it right there. And then I'm going to double click into it and I'm going to change the size of the text, which is right here. So I can just drag it and make the text extra big or small. Okay. So now my text is extra big. I don't really want that. Maybe about that big. That's all I want. Use my move tool, put it over here. Now I can see the text because it's the topmost layer. But what if I want to hide the text behind something? So I'll use a move tool. I'll put the text over here. All right. And then I will click on the arrow and I'm going to click and drag it, change the priority, and look what happens. The arrow is now blocking the word hello. Okay. So that is the priority sequence. The topmost layer gets seen first. The second topmost layer gets seen second. And then the bottom layer, it's the last layer to be seen. So let's say if I really wanted to block everything, I'll just click and drag this up. Look, I have the rectangle blocking all of it. And you're like, Mr. Hang, everything disappeared. It didn't. You just changed the priority of the layers and the rectangle is blocking everything below it. Okay, so don't freak out. So I'll just click and drag back down like that. And I'll put the hello back up at the top layer. And then hello, we can see everything again. All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is deleting layers. So let's say you made a mistake and you're like, I don't want that layer. I want that to get rid of that layer. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on that layer right here. And then there's a trash can at the bottom right here. Click on that trash can. Make sure you don't click the correct layer and then push trash can. And then they'll ask you, do you want to delete? Yeah, just delete. Okay. And if you want to undo it, just push command Z. All right. The other thing too is this history panel right here. There's a history panel. If you click on this, you can go back and you can show the history panel. And the history panel allows me to do this. This is when I first started Photoshop. Click on that. Look, blank canvas. Okay. That's going back like a bunch of steps. Let's say if I want to only go back like 3 steps. Click on this layer right here. And then you go back 3 steps. If you want to go, all right, let me just go to path tool here. Click on that. It goes back in time. It only saves up to, I believe, about 25 steps before it just says, forget the 26th step, the 27th step. So you're not going to be able to just keep going back. So just be careful of what you do. So I'll go back to this right here. So that is how you use the history panel to undo like multiple steps instead of Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. All right. Okay, go ahead and go do that and practice that.